Part 3, the respiratory and circulatory systems. You probably don't pay much attention to the breaths you take every day or whether your heart is beating. No one does. If you are a runner or some kind of an athlete, however, you may have noticed that your heart beats faster and you begin to breathe more rapidly when you start to run. Why does that happen? Figure 3. This is this figure right here. Got the heart, the trachea that comes from the throat down. You've got the lungs, blood vessels, all working together. The main organs of the respiratory system are the lungs. The circulatory system is made up of the heart and the blood vessels. Together, these two systems transport blood, oxygen, and nutrients throughout your body. Oxygen helps to release energy from broken down food, which is essential for running or even surviving. The respiratory system. When you are running, you start breathing rapidly to take in more oxygen and push out more carbon dioxide. Your body requires oxygen for the process of releasing energy from broken down food. Running uses a lot of energy, so more oxygen is needed. During these chemical reactions, carbon dioxide waste is formed. You remember that from chemistry class. Too much carbon dioxide is toxic, so it must be removed from the body before it can cause harm. This causes you to breathe out more to release that carbon dioxide. Interesting. The respiratory system is the body system that brings oxygen into the body and removes carbon dioxide waste. The main organs of the respiratory system are a pair of lungs. When you inhale, air containing oxygen passes from the environment through your nose and mouth and into your lungs through tubes. At the end of the tubes, deep within the lungs, are many tiny air sacs that have very thin walls. Oxygen entering the lung passes from the tubes and through the walls of the air sacs. Here is where the respiratory system interacts with the circulatory system. So remember, there's two different things. There's the respiratory system where the oxygen is coming into you, okay? The circulatory system. As you run, your heart begins to beat faster. The oxygen that was in your lungs moves into your blood where it's carried all over your body. The circulatory system, consisting of the heart and blood vessels, circulates blood throughout the body. The pumping action of the heart muscle is what moves the blood all around the body. Oxygenated blood near the lungs gets to the heart through a vein, which is a type of blood vessel. Veins carry blood to the heart from the rest of the body. The heart then pumps that blood all over the body through arteries. So remember, we talked about veins a second ago, and now we're talking about arteries, another type of blood vessel. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. As you run, your heart beats faster to pick up more oxygen from the lungs and transport it to where it's needed. In addition to oxygen, blood can transport nutrients, think food, and waste from all over the body to where it can be used or removed. So it's carrying both, carrying food to and waste away. Part 4, the excretory system. If you have ever breathed out on a cold day, you observe evidence that your breath contains water vapor. When you exhale, you are breathing out waste like excess water and carbon dioxide. If you were running, what other ways do you think you might be getting rid of waste from your body? There are different ways that the body gets rid of waste. In addition to breathing out, you might get rid of some waste by sweating, especially when you're doing a rigorous activity like running. Most of the body's liquid waste is removed in the form of urine. Interestingly, you are less likely to need to urinate when running because much of the excess water in your body will be released through sweat instead of urine. Interesting. Figure 4. Slide on down. This is the excretory system. And this is the parts of the urinary system where you urinate. Figure 4. The urinary system is part of the excretory system. Kidneys filter and remove waste and excess water from blood. The bladder stores this excess water as urine until it is excreted. Excretory means it leaves. Other parts of the excretory system remove water vapor, carbon dioxide, and solid waste from food. The excretory system is the body system that gets rid of waste. Not everything can be organized into clear, distinct units in science, and biologists have to accept some amount of ambiguity or inexactness in making a distinction between body systems. For example, some of the organs of the excretory system also belong to other body systems. As you have already learned, the digestive system also eliminates waste after the nutrients from digestion are absorbed. So the large intestine, including the rectum, is part of both the digestive and the excretory system. That's okay, we can figure that out. The lungs are part of the excretory system as well as the respiratory system. Now why is that? Oh, because the lungs are also pushing the carbon dioxide out. Okay. They function to take in oxygen, but they also get rid of gas waste such as water vapor and carbon dioxide. One thing, two systems. In addition to getting rid of waste, one of the important functions of the excretory system is to regulate the amount of water in the body. The urinary system, which is part of the excretory system, helps to get rid of liquid waste by filtering the blood as well as regulating the amount of water in the body. The major organs of the urinary system are the kidneys and the bladder. As blood flows through the kidneys, they filter out most of the materials that are dissolved in the blood. Some of the materials, such as nutrients and water, are returned to the blood, but waste are not. The kidneys keep the amount of water in the body constant by controlling how much water is returned to the blood. The cleansed blood returns to the heart through veins. The excess water and waste travel to the bladder, a hollow bag made of muscle that stores the waste as urine. A tube at the bottom of the bladder carries the urine out of the body. So when you feel like you really have to go to the bathroom, when you have to urinate, it hurts a little bit. That's that muscle expanding. Okay. Part 5, systems working together. Each body system plays an important role when you run, but no one system on its own can make you run. That's true. What makes it possible for your body to run, jump, throw, and even survive? Figure 5. That's this figure here. Body systems, like the respiratory and circulatory system, interact to fulfill the needs of the body. In this example, oxygen-poor blood is pumped by the heart into the lungs, where oxygen is added. The blood then travels back to the heart, which pumps the oxygen-rich blood to the rest of the body. All the body systems have to interact to make a functional body. You have learned that to run, the body uses muscles to move bones. Because muscles need energy, a runner needs to eat food, which is broken up into nutrients by the digestive system. The nutrients are carried from the digestive systems to the muscles using the circulatory system. In the muscles, energy is released from the nutrients in chemical reactions that use oxygen. Oxygen is delivered to the muscles by the respiratory and circulatory systems. The lungs take in oxygen from the air, where it is transferred to the blood. The heart muscle contracts to pump that oxygen-rich blood to the whole body. While traveling through the body, the blood picks up waste like carbon dioxide and brings it to the organs of the excretory systems, like the lungs, where it can be removed from the body. Even for a runner to just breathe in and out requires the muscular and skeletal systems working with the respiratory systems. The diaphragm is a large, flat muscle that stretches below the lungs. When the diaphragm contracts, the ribs move outward, enlarging the chest cavity. This motion pulls air into the lungs. To exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and the ribs move inward. The smaller chest cavity forces the lungs to push air out of the body. These are just some examples of how the body functions through the interactions of body systems. Good stuff.